They told you to be silent. They told you to sit down, blend in, play by the rules. But deep inside, you know the truth. You were never meant to fit in. So why do you keep trying? Why do you keep swallowing the pain, burying the rage, pretending that everything is fine when it's not? You feel it, don't you? That pressure building in your chest. That quiet scream locked behind your teeth. The weight of being ignored, underestimated, rejected. You walk into a room and they don't even see you. They talk over you, dismiss you, laugh at you when you fail. And the worst part, they think you're weak. They don't see the battles you fight when no one's watching. The nights you stare at the ceiling, replaying every mistake, every moment they made you feel like you were nothing. The mornings you drag yourself out of bed, pretending like it doesn't hurt. But let me tell you something. Pain never disappears. It waits. The more you ignore it, the more it reveals itself. Every scar, every betrayal, every failure, it's all still there, burning beneath your skin, whispering in the back of your mind. This isn't who you are. This isn't where your story ends. But here's the real question. When will you stop running from it? Because there's a moment, a breaking point, when the ignored become unstoppable, when the underestimated rise, when the ones cast aside stop seeking permission and start taking what's theirs. And that moment, it's coming. For you, because you were never meant to be silent. You were never meant to be small. And no matter how much they try to break you, you are still here. They never believed in you, did they? From the moment you started dreaming beyond their limits, they shut you down. They laughed. They doubted. You'll never make it. You're not good enough. Be realistic. And for a while, you listened. You held yourself back, played small, nodded along, swallowed your fire, became exactly what they wanted you to be. But no matter how much you tried to fit in, they still rejected you. They turned their backs when you needed them the most. They let you down. You gave them loyalty, and they gave you betrayal. You gave them effort, and they gave you silence. You gave them everything, and they left you with nothing. So tell me, how many times? How many times have you been overlooked, passed up, undervalued? How many times have you watched them cheer for everyone else, while you stood in the shadows, unseen? It's funny, isn't it? How the ones who claimed to support you were the first to disappear when you struggled. How the ones who smiled in your face were the first to doubt you behind your back. But here's what they don't understand. Rejection doesn't destroy you. It fuels you. Every person who doubted you gifted you a fire that will never burn out. Every door slammed in your face taught you how to kick them down. Every loss, every failure, every betrayal forged you into something unbreakable. They wanted you to give up. They wanted you to break. They wanted you to be weak. But you are not weak. You are becoming something they can't control. And that terrifies them. Because they know, deep down, they messed up. They should have stood by you. They should have helped you rise. But now, it's too late. Because the person you're becoming doesn't need their approval, doesn't need their validation. doesn't need their acceptance. The weight of rejection isn't holding you down, it's pushing you forward. Now the only question is, what will you do with it? They built a box for you before you even had a chance to speak. They told you who you were supposed to be, what you should do, how you should think, how you should live. Stay in line. Follow the rules. Don't make trouble. And like a fool, you tried. You went to school, got the job, played it safe, obeyed their expectations. You did everything they said would make you happy. And yet, you're not. You wake up every morning feeling like something is missing, like a caged animal, pacing back and forth, wondering why you feel so trapped. You did everything right, so why does it feel so wrong? Because they never wanted you to be free. They wanted you to be manageable, a piece of a system. Another faceless soul, moving through life without questioning, without fighting back, without realizing you were meant for more. But deep inside you, there's a spark, a whisper, a quiet rage, screaming to be heard. Because you're not like them. You were never meant to follow. You were never meant to obey. You were never meant to live a life someone else designed for you. But here's the thing about expectations. They only have power if you accept them. And you're done accepting. Let them call you reckless. Let them call you crazy. Let them call you a failure. Because while they live and die inside the box they built, you will break free. Once you do, there's no going back. They fear the moment you wake up, the moment you stop begging, the moment you stop waiting, the moment you realize you were never weak. You were just chained. Chained by doubt. Chained by their voices in your head. Chained by the belief that you needed their approval to be powerful. But now, the chains are breaking. The pain you carry, it's no longer your curse. It's your weapon. The rejection you endured. It's no longer your wound. It's your armor. The suffering you survived. It's no longer your story. It's your transformation. Because you don't just survive the fire. You become it. They tried to make you feel small. They wanted you powerless, fragile, afraid. But something happened, didn't it? Somewhere along the way, you stopped fearing the dark and started thriving in it. You stopped waiting for a hand to pull you up because you learned how to stand alone. You stopped searching for someone to understand because you became your own answer. And now, they won't recognize you. They won't know how to handle you. Because the version of you they try to control no longer exists. What stands in its place? Something relentless. Something unstoppable. Something they never saw coming. So let them whisper. Let them doubt. Let them pretend you're the same person you used to be. Because when the time comes, they will see exactly who you are. And by then, it will be too late. Look at yourself. No, really, look. Not the version they see. Not the mask you wear to fit in. Look at the real you. The one that's been bruised but never broken. The one that's been beaten down but still rises. The one that carries the weight of every scar, but refuses to be defined by them. Tell me, who are you? Are you the mistakes they won't let you forget? Are you the failures that haunt your mind at night? Are you the quiet, desperate voice inside that still wonders if you'll ever be enough? Or are you something more? You've spent your whole life running. From the past, from the pain, from the truth staring back at you in the mirror. But now, it's time to stop. Because you're not weak, you're not lost, you're not broken beyond repair. You are becoming. And yes, it's messy. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it means burning down every lie they told you about yourself. But when the flames settle and the ashes clear, you'll finally see it. The real you, the unstoppable you. And once you do, nothing will ever be the same again. This is it. The moment where everything changes. The moment where you decide, once and for all, who you're going to be. No more excuses. No more waiting for permission. No more blaming the past for why you haven't risen. You've been at war with yourself for too long. Doubting, hesitating, asking if you're ready. Let me tell you something, you'll never feel ready. Because transformation isn't comfortable. Because power isn't given, it's taken. Because the people who make history aren't the ones waiting for the perfect moment. They create the moment. And that's what you're doing right now. This is where the old you dies. This is where the past loses its grip. This is where every excuse, every fear, every limitation gets shattered beneath your feet. No more what ifs. No more waiting for signs. No more looking back. Because the future belongs to those who take it. So tell me, are you ready to take yours? There's a fire inside you. You felt it before. The hunger, the rage, the undeniable force that refuses to die. But for too long, you let the world convince you to silence it. You called it too much, too intense, too reckless. They told you to calm down, slow down, blend in. And for a while, you did. No more. Because that fire, it was never a weakness. It was never something to be tamed. It was the key to everything. Every failure you've endured, fuel. Every betrayal you've survived, fuel. Every time they overlooked you, doubted you, left you behind, fuel. You are no longer begging for a way in. You are no longer knocking on closed doors. You are burning down every obstacle in your way. Because that fire inside you, it's not a spark anymore. It's an inferno. The people who doubted you, the ones who thought you would stay down, they don't stand a chance. So go ahead, let it burn. They expected you to stay down, to be broken, silent, forgotten. They thought the weight of rejection, the pain of betrayal, the scars of the past would crush you. They thought wrong. Because while they were watching, waiting for you to disappear, you were rising. Not in the way they imagined, not in the way they feared, but in silence, in discipline, in resilience. Every time they overlooked you, you sharpened yourself. Every time they doubted you, you built yourself stronger. Every time they said you'd never make it, you burned their words into fuel. And now they don't know what to do with you. Because you are no longer the person they dismissed. You are no longer the one waiting to be chosen. You are the storm they never saw coming. So let them whisper. Let them watch. Let them wonder how you did it. But never stop. Never slow down. Never let their small minds define what you can become. Because the truth is simple. You don't belong in the shadows anymore. You are beyond them now. And there is nothing they can do to stop you. No more running. No more doubting. No more waiting for someone to tell you who you are. Because now, you know, you've bled for this. You've fought for this. You've shattered every expectation, burned every excuse, and built yourself from the ashes they left you in. This transformation, it's yours. Not borrowed, not given, earned. They said you wouldn't make it. They said you weren't strong enough. They said you would always be the same. Now they see it. They see the fire in your eyes. They hear the power in your voice. They feel the weight of your presence. And suddenly, they don't recognize you. Because the person they tried to break doesn't exist anymore. You don't need their approval. You don't need their permission. You don't need their acceptance. You are free. So stand tall. Walk with purpose. Own your scars, your strength, your story. Because from this moment forward, you will never be invisible again. This is it. The line between who you were and who you choose to become. Because make no mistake, it is a choice. You can go back to the doubts, the fears, the endless cycle of hesitation. Back to being overlooked, underestimated, forgotten. Or you can step forward into the fire, into the unknown, into the version of yourself that no one, not even you, thought was possible. But understand this. Once you make this choice, there's no turning back. You won't be able to unsee your power. You won't be able to unfeel your strength. You won't be able to pretend you're still the same. Because you won't be. And that's what terrifies them, isn't it? That after everything, you're still standing. That after everything, you've only grown stronger. That after everything, you are finally ready to become something unstoppable. So decide. Live in the past, or rise into your future. Stay in the cage, or tear the whole thing apart. Remain who you were, or become what you were always meant to be. But choose quickly, because the world isn't going to wait for you. Enough talking, enough waiting. Enough dreaming about change while sitting in the same damn place. It's time to move. No more excuses. No more second guessing. No more waiting for the right moment. This is the moment. You want power? Take it. You want respect? Earn it. You want to rise? Then get up. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to make this easy. No one is handing you a way out of the life you refuse to change. It's on you. So stop asking how. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for someone to tell you you're ready. You are ready. Right now. Right here. Get up. Step forward. Break the chains. Burn the bridges. Take what's yours. And if they stand in your way, make them regret it. One day, they will tell your story. Not because you asked them to. Not because you needed their recognition. But because they won't be able to ignore what you've become. They'll speak your name with awe or fear. They'll say, I knew them before they made it. They'll pretend they always believed in you. But you'll know the truth. You built yourself from the ground up. You crawled through the darkness alone. You turned every setback into fuel, every scar into armor, every failure into a lesson. And now you are something else entirely. A force that can't be stopped. A presence that can't be ignored. A story that can't be erased. Because legends aren't born. They are made. In fire, in struggle, in silence. While everyone else sleeps, quits, or fades into nothing, you rise. So let them watch. Let them doubt. Let them wonder how you did it. But never slow down. Never explain. Never stop. Because the truth is, you were always meant to be unstoppable. And now, the world finally knows it. Now hit that subscribe button. Smash that bell icon. Like this. Share this. Spread the fire. Because this isn't just motivation. This is your wake-up call. Now go. And make them remember your name. This is how legends are made.